there's probably some more I'm missing. We're going to talk about alternate careers, right? Now, there's a reason we're talking about real estate basics, is because, and we're talking about other careers, because a lot of you guys are new to this, which probably means 3 months ago or 6 months ago, you weren't dead set on becoming a real estate agent. You just wanted a job and this sounded alluring, so you pursued it. But maybe you could have gone a different direction. Maybe you had a great education. You said, you know what, I'm passionate about real estate. This is what I want to do. Maybe you didn't have an education. You said the barrier of entry into this business is very low and the upside is very high. Maybe I'll try real estate. So let's talk about some other careers. You guys have in the notes, by the way, you have a whole rubric you can follow to take the notes on. Number one, doctor or physician. How long is it going to take you to become a doctor or a physician? Well, 8 to 10 years on the low end, okay? And what do you expect to make as a doctor, as a new hire doctor, new hire physician in your first year in New York City? 224. Now these are numbers, I think, I don't know if the notes, I mean, from ZipRecruiter or something like that, kind of average income for first year. And this is per 2024. So excuse if there's some minor inaccuracy, but I think these are generally on trend. So you don't want to study 8 or 10 years, do residency, be broke, work your ass off, work 24-hour shifts, eat lousy, cheap food because it's all you can afford. Maybe something easier. How about Uber? Become an Uber driver pretty easily, right? Deliver people's packages, or you deliver people, one or the other. Grubhub, DoorDash, that's pretty easy to get into. No, you do it in a week or two. The sign-up process, the vetting process, a week or two, just to get the license. Maybe you got to get the TLC license plates if you're moving people. Average annual income for an Uber driver, $36,000. Low barrier of entry, low income. How about a veterinarian? Maybe you want to be a doctor, you like medical stuff, but you don't like people, and you like lint rolling your clothes for dog hair on a regular basis. First year income for study time, 8 to 10 years as well. And first year income, roughly half of what a physician makes, $125. There's more people going into.
I mean, so how much do Uber drivers make?
$36,000.
Big money.
It's average. All right, so I'd say that's too long of a study time, but you want to get a master's in something, and you want to be professional. You like numbers. You're going to become an accountant. What does it take to get your CPA license?
5 years.
6 years. 6 years. What's first year income for a CPA in New York City?
$73,000.
$73,000. That's not great, is it? Not if the lowest price apartment right now is about $3,000, meaning if you wanted to live on your own, you'd have to make $120,000. You go to school for 6 years, you still got to live with roommates. Not nice. How about a nurse? Minimum 6 years. First year income, $98,000. We got a lot of careers here because I want you guys to have an array of alternatives here. I want you to know what the other options look like. Maybe you want to be a teacher. New York City with a 4-year degree, starting salaries for teachers 2024, $65,000. Maybe you like afternoons off, summers off, weekends off. Sacrifice there. With a 6-year degree with a master's, you can get a starting income of $89,000 a year. That's a little bit better. Still going to need roommates.
You said for teacher?
Teacher, 65 with a 4-year degree, 89 with a 6-year degree. Hey, Mr. Marisha, where do you live? Oh, I live with 6 other dudes, and I eat ramen 3 times a day. Okay, let's step it up. Want to make some real money? You're going to become an attorney. It's roughly 8 years, plus you got to pass the bar. It's a hell of a lot harder than the real estate exam. Real estate exam, of course, written at an 8th grade reading level. Okay, starting income for attorneys, $125. Get to the office 7 a.m., leave the office 10 p.m. That's a life. Well, thank you. Real estate agents showing up at 12:15, leaving at 4:30. 4 days a week. How about a pharmacist? Right? Is AI going to take over pharmacies? I don't know. But maybe that's something you want to do. 6 to 8 years. $135. These 6-figure plus incomes don't sound that bad, but then when you consider what the cost of living is here, what the cost of school might be, that not only are you paying the cost of school, but you're paying back your loans, unless of course you got the money to pay for school or scholarships of some sort. Okay, so you're a bum, need some quick money. You get a job in fast food. McDonald's is hiring. How long is it going to take you to get a job at McDonald's? They will start you tomorrow. McDonald's downstairs, matter of fact. You open the windows on a hot day, you can smell the fries. $28,000. $28,000.
Big money.
All right, you're not about corporate jobs. You want to work at McDonald's, you don't want to smell like grease, you're too pretty for that. How about OnlyFans? Everybody can do that.
OnlyFans, what's that?
OnlyFans, where you get naked and people pay subscriptions to see you naked. It's probably a good thing you don't know what. It's probably
I think it's best.
it's a very noble thing that you don't know what this is. All right. So basically, I'll back up. If you're too pretty to work at McDonald's, you don't want to smell like French fries. You're feeling very sexy. You want to profit off of this. You sign up for OnlyFans. You take your clothes off, take pictures of yourself, or have a trusted friend take pictures of you. You said, you know what? I'm pretty. I'm going to make some money. Average monthly income for an OnlyFans model, $180. Average annual income, $1,300.
Big bucks.
Now the naked pictures of you are floating across the internet for free. And you got to self-promote, so all your friends and family know that there are naked pictures of you. And then you only made $1,300 this year. Maybe that career didn't work out.
For the year, 13
For the year, average, yeah.
That's how much they cost.
Only 1% of OnlyFans models make like 60 grand or more. Which is pretty lousy. All right. Okay, so you don't want to do fast food. You don't want to demoralize yourself. Let's get a restaurant job being a waiter. New York City waiters can make decent money. Right? Might be a little bit tough to get hired as a waiter if you don't have the experience. But I don't know. Hit up 5, 6, 7 restaurants. Walk in. You catch somebody on a day they need some help. Now you're a waiter. Average annual income per waiter, 60 to 80 grand.
60 to 80.
60 to 80 grand. Yeah. Start your shift at 4 o'clock. Work till 2 o'clock in the morning. That's not bad, right? I mean, it doesn't sound great to me. It's kind of like the reverse teacher schedule, right, with free food. Maybe free drinks if you're lucky. Okay. Any other major careers that I'm missing?
Cop.
A cop? How long is it going to take you to be a cop? 6 months? If you're selected? I should look up. Oh, cop.
I know he's on the train.
I have cop out here. All right.
He's on the train.
Figure out but I'll bet you it's like around 90,000 or so. But when you got to get selected, it's going to take you 6 months or so to do it. So let's talk about real estate. How long does it take you to get your real estate license? Well, it's a 77-hour course. I'd like to break it down like this. Maybe 40 hours in a work week. 2 weeks is 80 hours. You should be able to get it done in 2 weeks if you put your mind to it. Also, it's mostly videos and quizzes. You can do it in roughly half the time. Okay? How much do real estate agents make their first year? Well, the lion's share of them, 60, 70% of them make zero. In my experience, most full-time agents in their first year bring in $75,000 or more. $75,000 more or more in their first year. Full-time agents. Not the agents that show up at 12:30 and leave at 4, 3 or 4 days a week. In their minds, those agents are full-time agents. Okay? I'm talking about the agent that is, and not the agent that like answers some emails in the morning and then gets on with their day, then looks at their phone again at 12:30 and then gets on with their day and is working 18 hours a day from home. Okay? I mean the agents that show up at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, they work to 6, 7 o'clock at night, and they go home to work. Okay? Those agents can expect to make $75,000. I've seen agents their first year make about $120,000. But these are people who want it, who work really hard. And unfortunately, the trajectory of that starts out very slow and then starts to rise. I didn't make any real money until about 8 months in. I made less than $1,000 in my first 6 months. I struggled a lot, so I know what the struggle is like. I set you guys up so you don't have to go through that struggle. But I really know what it's like. Now, my question to you is, if you were becoming an attorney, you were in law school, or you were in med school trying to become a doctor, what does life look like at that time? You're going to parties, you're hanging out, sleeping in, taking care of your mental health, hours of meditation every day, eating healthy because you can afford to, salads and tofu and quinoa, acai bowls. Fuck that. No, It's tough, man. You're working all the time, you're studying all the time, you're staying up late all the time, you're broke. It sucks. Okay? My question to you is, if you want to treat this career like you would treat any of those other careers where you would work that hard, what's holding you back? What's holding you back from staying up late at night, studying, doing research on neighborhoods, writing articles, reaching out to people? I was up the other night to 1 o'clock in the morning sending, I don't know, somewhere between 200 and 300 emails and messages out. Who else does that? Okay, it's not very common in this business. But if you want to treat this like a professional career, you've got to put the work into it. And it's not pretty. If you're doing this right, 2 or 3 months in, you're trying it out to see if you like it, you're not going to like it. 2 or 3 months in, you'll probably be earning less than you expected to make and be working a hell of a lot harder than you expected to be doing it. It took you 2 weeks to get a license. It's pretty easy, right? You could get a job tomorrow at McDonald's with no upside, unless you want to play the 30-year game. In 12 years, maybe you're a store manager making $72,000. That doesn't sound great to me, okay? But you got to put the hard work in now. It's not a 9-to-5 job. If you want things to get easier in this business, it ought to look awfully fucking hard right now. If you want things to get easier down the line, it ought to look awfully fucking hard. Okay? And I know I talked about 6 months ago or whatever time it was when you were looking at maybe becoming a real estate agent and looking at the alternatives. Okay, but I want you to put yourselves back in that mentality. When you were then, you said, oh, I'm going to become a real estate agent. You did not think in your right mind, maybe I'll be an accountant and go back to school for 4 years or 6 years. Okay? Or I'll be a real estate agent. I'll go back to school for 4 or 6 years and be miserable, and then I'll be an accountant. Or I'll be a real estate agent and do nothing and make 200 grand. Okay, but a lot of people are like, oh, as a real estate agent, I just kind of work on my part-time. I work, here and there when I feel like it, and I'll make 200 grand. That's not reality. You all know that. Okay, be honest with yourselves. If you want something out of this business, you've got to put something into this business first. And it's not going to be easy. I think it's simple, as in it's not complex. But just like getting in shape, it's not complex, but you're going to be fucking hungry. You're going to be sweaty. You're going to have to not go out to events and not eat cake. Okay, you're not going to drink beer. Thanksgiving isn't going to be as fun this year, is it? Okay, but it's not complex. Skip the pie. You don't. Skip the pie. You got to make the same concessions in your life for this. Not complex, but difficult.